Hey, my name's Richard Rawlings, and right now I want to talk to you a little bit about how to stop your procrastination problem. Now, do you find it hard to start work? Do you keep finding excuses not to start work? Do you push deadlines back constantly and find yourself wasting time without ever realizing it sometimes? Some days I still get the feeling that I can find distraction everywhere I look as well. The end of the day comes and you realize you barely got any work of importance done. So why does this happen? Why does procrastination happen? One reason for procrastination is the fear of failure. Many people develop this fear either because people in their lives have been overly critical of their work or because they're hard on themselves naturally when they fail. They feel a lot of shame when they screw up projects. There are many other reasons for procrastination, including helplessness in the face of complex choices, perfectionism, lack of motivation, and also not knowing where to start. So here are some excellent suggestions that can help you start to eliminate procrastination right away. First of all, make concrete choices at the start of your work period or at the start of your day. A good way to think about your to-do list is as a series of choices that will lead either to success or to failure. Make the best ones you possibly can with the information available to you each day as you make them. Stick with these choices and realize that they're the most important things to you right now, and you couldn't do any better with the information that you have. You don't need to be doing anything else. There's a time later for other things. Now, sometimes it's hard to focus on your choices and what you need to do, and you find your mind wandering around the room. In this case, a great technique I use is to write about everything on my mind on a notepad. I write about everything that's distracting me, and I write about my work for the day. I write about the benefits of the work and I start to brainstorm ideas I have for the work. It's a kind of on-ramp for the work and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. I usually just take a short amount of time to do it. And it can really help turn your focus to what you want to be doing at any given time. Next, realize that decisions are progress. When you finally decide to do something, you're making a leap to getting something done. Don't think of progress as something that is done little by little. It's actually done in big leaps usually, when you make decisions to get things done. So make decisions as soon as you can, and don't put them off. And have conviction in what you believe for your work. Conviction is a common trait among all well-paid businessmen. Next, forgive yourself for making mistakes immediately. If you blame yourself for mistakes, you'll start to fear making them. If you start to fear making them, you'll never want to start projects anymore for fear of failure. The solution to this is simply chalk mistakes up to learning experiences. Realize that you did the best with what you could, the best with the information that you had at the time, and tell yourself the next time you won't make the same mistake again. You've just learned a lesson that will make you better at your job, essentially. It's important to ignore critics in your life. If somebody offers criticism that is not constructive, you need to learn to ignore them because it's not useful to you. It's not useful to you and achieving your goals that you want to achieve. Concentrate only on the effort that you put in and how much you're learning, and you'll be successful. Concentrate on what other people think of you, and you'll spend your entire life trying to please others and never making any progress for yourself. Another rule is the 20-minute rule. It's a good rule. I'm not exactly sure where I learned this technique, but I think there are many names for it, including the Pomodoro technique or the 33-minute rule. It's a great way to start work when you don't feel like working, because after exposing yourself to your work for a certain number of minutes, you naturally get into the flow of working and you actually start to want to work almost. To use the 20-minute rule, simply set a timer for 20 minutes, sit down at your desk, and start to work. The rules are that you're not allowed to do anything else except work, or sit there and stare at the wall, or drink water or coffee for those 20 minutes. If the 20 minutes are over and you still don't want to work, you can take a short break by doing something else, such as a jog or a walk preferably, and then try to start work again later. But chances are you'll start work and you won't want to stop, or you'll get bored enough that you'll want to start working. Try it out for yourself and see how it works for you. Next, make sure not to stress yourself. One of the reasons so many people worry about procrastination is because it's so stressful when you realize you should be getting work done but can't seem to bring yourself to do it. It can actually come to the point of being painful for many people. Procrastinating all day can exhaust you, even if you're not really getting any work done. Obviously, there's no point to stressing yourself over procrastination. It makes no sense to be stressed, and it doesn't really help you. You probably already know this, of course, but I thought it's an important point to repeat. When you find yourself getting stressed over procrastination, take 10 deep breaths, write down exactly what you want to get done over the next half hour. Trust me, it'll help. Just remember to do it. That's the hard part. Next, have purpose. That's the real solution to procrastination. If you really want to cure your procrastination for good, you need to have a powerful purpose in your life. If you have something that you've decided that you want to dedicate your life to, you'll never find yourself procrastinating again. Most people have a default mode that I call investigation of choices. They spend a lot of time thinking about what they want to do. It's a mode of indecision, and it can create havoc in your mind. If you choose a perfect purpose for your life, however, your purpose will be your default mode. I'm not going to go too in-depth about this here, but with purpose, everything else in your life will become secondary, and you won't need to think about working toward your purpose anymore. You might think that you have a powerful purpose and that your work ethic problem lies elsewhere. And that may be true. You may have a purpose that you're sure that you want to achieve. In that case, what you need to do is create a stronger emotional attachment to your purpose, because you're not feeling enough motivation to achieve it. If you feel strongly enough about something, it consumes your soul and your every thought. One way to become powerfully emotionally attached to something is to imagine it in vivid detail. Imagine your end state. So imagine your end state that you want to achieve, but not just in a sentence or superficially. Build a whole visual world in your mind of your end goal. And notice all the details of that world and what would happen in that world when you achieve your end goal. Actually create that house on the beach in vivid detail. Create that sports car in your garage, or whatever your goal may be. And notice the feelings you're having in your daydream. Start to get emotionally attached to these things. And then pull yourself back to reality. It's important, of course, that you don't just daydream all the time. Repeat this every day and add more details to your dream every day. And then pull yourself back to reality afterward, and you'll find yourself thinking about how to achieve your daydream constantly, and you'll develop a powerful emotional attachment to it. Once this happens, and it's inevitable that it will if you keep on it for, say, 20 or 30 days, you'll find that you won't be procrastinating anymore. You'll replace your procrastination with desire for your dream.
And by the way, if you want to learn how you could significantly increase your control over your workday and your personal productivity each day, I have a training video for you worth $67.97 that'll show you how. And you can get it for free and watch it for free in just a minute from now by signing up for it at justbeproductive.com. I talk about why productivity and consistency each day can be such a struggle and how to solve these problems and have less stress and more freedom each day. All my material is based on scientific studies. I try to get as much of the mumbo jumbo out that a lot of productivity experts seem to teach. I won't mention any names, but I try to remove that stuff that doesn't have a basis in real research. A lot of it doesn't work for most people, and that's the biggest problem. Anyway, you can go to www.justbeproductive.com right now, or hit the link in the video description and go and sign up for the video training, and you can get it for free. I really hope you enjoy it, and I'll talk to you soon.